Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. My name is Zaji, and today I want to share with you a little bit about some sewing things. In particular, I want to be going through the things that I made in January, which apparently this has been the shortest January that ever existed. I don't know how it's the middle of February already. I made a lot more things than I actually thought I had when I was trying to think about what I'm going to put in this video, and it kind of shocked me but also excited me because I made a lot of really cute things this month or last month. So if you like makes videos, please put me a heart down below if you'd like for me to continue sharing the things that I make from month to month. I would really appreciate a heart since Valentine's Day is coming up pretty soon here, and I do have some Valentine's Day makes to share with you today. So leave me a heart, and if you like sewing content, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and continue watching. Okay, so the first big thing that I made in January was my coat. And I do have a whole video talking all about everything, all the emotions, all the details, and it's up on my channel. So you can check that out. I'll have that linked up there for you, but it was such a huge project for me. It is just immeasurably useful right now, especially because it's been flurrying for the past 2 days, and that's just the beginning. There's going to be even more snow, so I have been so thankful that I actually did finish that coat and that I'm able to wear it now. And I finished it right after New Year's, because on New Year's Day I remember my husband and my daughter and I went to go see some lights, like a little light show that had like some music, Disney songs and things like that, and my daughter really loved it. And I wore this coat and I had not even finished hemming it yet, and I was just like, it's pinned in place, it'll be fine. And you know what, it's warmer than anything else I have, so I am so excited that it's finished. Let me grab it. I've talked about this coat just for a very long time in the review video, so if you want to see more about this garment, then I really suggest you go and see that video, because this coat I just think is so cute, and it still goes with everything. I'm still so impressed with this fabric and how warm it is, and how I have not had a wool coat, like a proper wool coat, before now, and I just, why did it take me so long? I don't know, but I love this. And this was the first thing that I made this year, or I guess I should say finished this year. This was the first thing that I finished this year. After the coat, the next thing that I made was the McCall's dress that I actually just posted a video about, and you can check that out there if you want to see more details about it. But I made this dress after really wanting to own this dress for a long time, and I'm so happy that I get to have it with me now and wear it in my house even though it's freezing outside, and pretend that it's summertime. You know, it's just a good time. I'm happy that I have it to be able to do that, and it's been exciting to me to think about the other versions that I'm contemplating making in the like summer and springtime of this pattern. And I've been thinking a lot about it, and it just, you know, getting the fit right on the first go doesn't happen all the time, but I really love the fit of this dress. So it was such a great make for me, and it's always great when the first time it ends up being just spot on what you want. So I, you know, couldn't have asked for more with that dress. After I made that dress, I went to make some things for my daughter. I made her 2 little outfits. I called them workout outfits because they kind of are like a sweatsuit kind of situation. I made her 2 Nicky patterns from Made for Mermaids, and I'll have that link down below, as well as everything else I have mentioned and will mention. If I am able to link it, I'll put it down below for you. Making the item and actually giving it to Nala meant so much more than it normally does, because I took her with me to Joann's to pick out the fabric. And usually I just grab some stuff when I'm in there, or I'll grab some things online, and she doesn't really get to see the fabric before it is an outfit or something for her, or a dress. And so this time I let her pick out all the prints for these two outfits. So she picked two fabrics that I wouldn't have picked on my own for her, and it was just kind of cool to see her be excited to pick them out and take the bolt over to the cut counter and ask the lady for one. And it was just, you know, so cute because she's so cute and small, and, you know, everyone in the store is always just like, you know, she's cute and small. And yeah, so it was a fun time. And when I actually showed her the final like outfits, she was in a hurry to put them on. My daughter was trying to put both of her legs into one of the leg holes because she just needed to put them on so quickly. She couldn't wait for somebody to help her. So I think they were pretty successful outfits, and even still now when we pull them out for her to put them on, she's still really excited to wear them. So I am excited to make her more things from the other fabrics that she picked out that day, and to see her reaction to them being, you know, an actual outfit at that point. So I'll have a couple more of those that I'll do later on, but I made her those two sets, and I really was kind of just like, I love how fast making her things are, so I made her two other dresses, and she really liked this butterfly print, and I just paired it up with a marigold gold yellow kind of shade, which my daughter really likes to wear yellow too, so we're the same in that aspect. And so she loved those two dresses as well, and I love the fact that they're long sleeves and they are longer dresses, so she stays real cozy in those. The first dress that I made was the Made for Mermaids Alice pattern. Now this pattern is full of variations. There's so many options there. I really like the style and the fit of the top of this pattern, and I have made the separates where it is a top and a skirt. I didn't make the skirt, but I made the top. I made her two turtlenecks prior to this year, so I already had the pattern adjusted for her and everything ready to go. So I made her, instead of the turtleneck version, I made her the boat neck version, and I paired it with the, I think it's the maxi length or midi length skirt. I can't remember which version I did, but it hits her kind of in the middle of her calf, the skirt does, and I thought that was a super good length, and I really like the fit. I wish that I would have used matching thread in my serger, but I don't know why I don't have yellow serger thread. I don't know what's wrong with me. I make so many things in that color, and so I need to just really get that color serger thread. That's just me being nitpicky. I made her the Alice pattern, and then I also made her the Go Everywhere dress. I think that's the name of the pattern, and that's from Ellie and Mac, and I love this dress. I've made it for her before, and she really liked it the last time that I made it, and so I knew that it was going to be really good, and she really likes the style of that dress too. So I have those two dresses that I made for her, and then I started making more things for myself. The next thing I did was actually make the handbag that I'm carrying now, which is also a pre-order that I had open at the time. I think earlier this month I had my pre-order open, and I have another one open now. It was for this bag. This is the sample, which is the bag that I actually carry and am not selling. It's just the version that I made for myself to kind of figure out all of the details and see what things I liked and didn't like, and to make my final version, that was what I was using. And so I really love how it turned out. This purse is so beautiful, and I love the details, and I love all the storage options. I think that it fit the needs of a handbag for me right now, because I was so frustrated with the other bags that I had made for myself. They just didn't get the job done, and I feel like this one is like the ultimate handbag for me. It has just enough room on the inside to carry a bunch of random crap, because being a mom, you end up with a lot of random stuff that goes in your bag, like snacks and a change of clothes for your daughter or something. Like, I need it to be spacious on the inside, but if it's not filled up, I wanted it to still look cute. And I loved the water bottle holder on the side, but also easy access pocket. It could be either of those, and I use that all the time. It fits my water bottle perfectly, and it was just another project that I was so excited to make. I love making handbags. It was one of the first things that I actually learned how to make. Outside of like cloth diapers, I went into making handbags, and I still really love making them, and I really was so happy to open that pre-order up, and that so many people also really loved this bag as well. So I loved having that made up this month as well. But I started to think like, oh, I really need to make some stuff for Valentine's Day, because I knew that I have another project that I'm working on that was going to take up a lot of my time, and it did take up so much of my time last month. And so I made up a couple of items that I was kind of playing around with for what I wanted to wear for Valentine's Day. So I wanted to have two options, because I didn't know if I wanted to wear like just a cute top and some jeans, and that be kind of like my Valentine's Day vibe, because Brian and I aren't going to be like going anywhere because pandemic, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. But I did also want to make a dress in case by any chance we did get to do something that I would be able to wear a dress to. And so I'd had this fabric that I was kind of hoarding. Both of them are the same case. I got them when I went to LA, and this is kind of the last of the fabrics that I purchased from LA, and I haven't had a chance to go back and shop their fabric district in a long time. I think I have maybe one other fabric that I purchased while I was there, but I already know what I'm going to make with it, so it's basically gone too. So that was a lot of intro, so let's just go ahead and get into the actual garments. So this dress is something that's of my own design. I had been playing around with this style, and it's something that you will see a lot more of for sure in the future, but I made a top version instead of a dress version of it. And I was really thinking, okay, I love these sleeves, and I did use these sleeves and this bodice on the dress and the top, so essentially it is the same design, just different skirts, I guess you would call it, on there. This one is like a peplum style top with a waistband, and the dress is the same except for it doesn't have a waistband. It has a tulip skirt. And so the top I just thought was such a sweet shade of pink, and I just really love this style, and I'm gonna have some modeled photos or video up for you all, hopefully, as this is going, so you can see me in the top and how I'm planning on wearing it for Valentine's Day. But I just am so pleased with how both of these designs turned out. And I think that even if I don't wear either of them on Valentine's Day, they will get so much wear in my wardrobe, and I really think that I might make more of this kind of top for me to wear from day to day, because I've been kind of liking wearing separates recently. I don't know what that is, but I've been making a couple of like little separates style options for myself recently, and I'm kind of loving it. So I love this top, but let me grab the dress and I'll show you the dress. Ah! Okay, so this fabric, you know, do you notice anything? It is both floral and plaid. Okay, this was like my favorite. When I saw this on the bolt, where did I get this from? I think I got this from Michael Levine a while ago. I got this from Michael Levine, but when I saw this on the bolt, I was just taken. I was just taken. I knew I needed it right away. I don't even remember how much of this I bought. I think that I bought maybe 4 yards of this fabric, because I have a good deal of it left over after cutting out this huge dress. So I think I did buy around 4 yards or maybe 3.5 yards of this fabric. And I knew I wanted to make something that I would absolutely love. I didn't want to make something that I was not 100% happy with, or something I couldn't see myself wearing all of the time. And I feel like this dress was the perfect, or this design for this dress was the perfect little setup for this fabric. So I've really been wanting to have a loungewear set, and I have this one that I'm wearing right now, which I shared with you in a previous makes video before, and I really like it, but it's a little bit warm if I'm planning on doing a lot of moving around in my house and it's not actually that cold outside. So I wanted something kind of lighter weight than this lounge outfit. And so I wanted to do something with the new pattern that I was testing out, and it is the Oversized Tee Pattern from Ellie and Mac, and I will have that link down below for you, as I've had everything else. And I made it with a Walmart bundle fabric. So the bundles of fabric they sell at Walmart, that's like really inexpensive per yard. I think these were $4 per yard, and I got a total of 4 yards for this set. And I have a good little chunk left over. I might be able to make something for Nala with it if I am strategic. But it was the perfect fabric for this. I think it's such a nice weight to it. It has a nice bit of drape, but it's still warm, which I really like. And so the top was perfect for me, in my opinion. And I think that the pattern really nails the oversized fit for me and what I'm looking for. And I just really was so excited to make the top because I wanted to go ahead and make some bottoms to go with it as well and just round off the cozy outfit experience. And so what I used was the Pattern for Pirates logger pattern. And this pattern is something that I've owned for quite some time and I've wanted to make for a long time, but I just never really found the fabric that I wanted to use for the pattern. And every time I would buy something, I just was like, no. Either it would be too thick and I just didn't feel like it would be the right fabric for this design, or it would just be too thin for me. And I don't know. I kind of gave up hope on it, but I ended up thinking about it again and making this pair, and I'm just like, oh, I need to make so many more. So I think I'm going to try to see if I can find more wide rib fabric so that I can make more loggers with it, because it is such a cute outfit to wear and to have just wearing around the house. And you know, if I'm going out to run errands, I don't feel really exposed because this fabric is real thin or something like that. So I thought it was a cute mix of patterns, and it is such a cute set. And honestly, I hope that somebody takes this setup and does it as well to see how cute and cozy it is. So the top is the cropped version with a band, which also makes it so that both of these patterns have no hemming. So the sleeves you don't have to hem, they have a cuff. The hem line of the top has a cuff. The neckband has a cuff. And on the logger pattern, the waistband and the ankles are both finished off with cuffs as well. So super fast sew. This is something that you definitely could do start to finish in a day, I think. So I tested out another pattern for Made for Mermaids this month, or last month, and it was the Danny pattern. Unfortunately, my daughter got sick, came home, got me sick, and I wasn't able to actually finish the test, but I was able to finish the designs. And so I'm going to share them with you today because one of them was super great and one of them was not so great. So I'm going to share the not so great thing first. So as I mentioned, I tested this pattern for Made for Mermaids, and I did do their children's sizing as well as their adult sizing of this pattern. And so the children's sizing I made for Nala was this cute little set, or not a set, but I just made her the little top. It's a, I think for the youth they say it's a training bra, but I wanted to make it kind of like a swimsuit, and I planned on making little bottoms for her as well. I still am going to make the bottoms, but I'm going to have to completely redo how I make this pattern because it doesn't actually really call for swimwear fabric, and I decided that I wanted to use this purple, which is just like a performance fabric, an athletic fabric. It's not really like a swimwear, but you can get it in like chlorine, things like that. It's not gonna be damaged. It has a high enough spandex content. Anyway, so I lined it with the I lined it with that fabric, the athletic fabric, not even thinking about it, and so it's definitely just too tight for Nala. It does fit on her, but it's kind of more like a compression bra situation. And so if I wanted to do this setup, I think I'm going to actually have to size up for Nala. And so I think what I'm going to do is just make the pattern over. I'm going to go just recut it all out in a larger size for her. And I think I'm going to put some elastic in the seams and just use like swimwear lining or swimsuit lining on the inside of this little top instead of using the athletic fabric, so that it's not too tight for her, because she really liked the combo. She loves the combination of the purple and the green, and I was just like, oh my god, it's so cute. I loved the design, so I am not giving up on this, but I am going to make her just another one. I'm just going to completely redo the pattern, and she'll have her first swimsuit. Hopefully. Okay, and so the last set that I'm going to share with you is actually a Danny and another pattern, and I'm going to get into that set now because I really wanted to add more athletic clothing into my wardrobe as I am starting to be a little bit more active, and I was really excited to test out the Danny pattern because I love strappy sports bras, and that's something that I really remember loving to wear when I used to work out a lot more. And you know, I just wanted to make some of my own workout clothes because I love to wear my own designs, my own clothing that I've made, and so I knew that I just would need to start making some athletic clothes for me to wear because those are the clothes that I'm happiest in. So it only makes sense that I also make some workout clothes too. So this Danny that I'm going to show to you is the version that I tested, and this is the final version of this pattern. So I know that this will still look like the pattern that you would get if you were to go and snag this pattern. It has the super pretty crisscross straps in the back, which are just my absolute favorite part of this design. And it was what drew me into the design. I love the fact that there isn't any exposed edges in this pattern as well, and a lot of the finish for the armhole is done with binding. And so if you're going to make this pattern and make it with athletic fabric, that is something to think about. Usually performance type fabrics are real slick, so doing binding with them is a little bit fiddly, to say the least, about the whole process. It was something that I was kind of just trying to decide whether or not I had really awoken from my Dayquil snooze while making this pattern. I mean, my goodness. Anyway, I was doing this design and I loved the fabric that I had. This is some fabric from my stash that I got from Fashion Fabrics Club, and I really love a lot of their athletic prints, and I have a lot, not a lot, but I have a couple other of their athletic prints that I know I'm going to be making some workout clothes with as well. And this design, I think, suited, like, this design of the fabric suited this design of the pattern, I feel like, so perfectly. This looks to me like a set that I would get from, you know, a clothing line or a company or a store or something that sells athletic clothing that's like trendy and cute. And I was like, yeah, this works out perfectly. I'm real pleased with this workout outfit. So something that I really kind of went back and forth with was whether or not I wanted to kind of highlight the chartreuse in this design, because it is kind of like a charcoal and chartreuse abstract situation. It kind of looks like snakeskin, but it's not snakeskin. I don't know what they actually called this design, but I was going to use like a chartreuse thread to do all of the stitching on the binding, and I ended up going with black because I thought that the contrast would be real cute. But now that I think about it, well, now that it's done, I kind of wish I would have used the chartreuse because I feel like it would have looked really cute as well. I don't know. But I like how this bra fits a lot. I really love how it does do a good deal to keep my girls supported, but it isn't too tight around like the ribs and around the body just in general. It is not something that I think I will wear if I'm doing a lot of jumping and running. It's not quite that supportive, but I think for just something that's a little bit more active, like, you know, for if I'm bending down and like standing up a lot, this bra will definitely keep me contained. I don't know how else to say that. Anyway, I really am pleased with this, and I think I will do this design again, but I know that my biggest struggle was just the athletic fabric inside of the athletic fabric in the binding for this strap. So I think the next time that I do this design that I won't use the same athletic fabric. I might just do like a fold over elastic, something that I feel like will be a lot easier for me to stitch down and will still look cute and will still be nice and stretchy. So I've been really contemplating how I can make this design again, and I really think I will do this bra, but just with the modifications I said, with the fold over elastic. And so to match the top, I made some pegs. These are pegs from Patterns for Pirates. This is a free pattern, so I will have it linked down below for you. And my favorite detail is the kind of V back. So if you can see, mine looks not so delicious right now because this is like a real compression type situation at the top of these leggings, which is another reason why I love them. They're super high-waisted, and this waistband, if you line, or if you do like the lining for the waistband in like a more like power net or power mesh, I can't remember which one is the firmer of the two, but if you use a fabric that's meant to be used for like compression, something like that on the inside, you could really get a lot of control here. Just using the athletic fabric, I get a super good amount of control in my tummy area. This pattern hits me kind of right above the belly button, which I feel like is so flattering for me. The only thing that is kind of like, again, just real scary is if you're going to do the color blocking on the bottom of this pattern, because I think you can do it as a solid piece or you can do it with the kind of color blocked 3-piece leg. Is, again, you're doing athletic fabric against athletic fabric and it kind of slips around a bunch, and mine are not perfect. But because this pattern is so busy, I don't really think it's that noticeable that it even has that detail on the leg. I kind of wish I had done like a contrast there, but honestly, with how slippery this fabric was, I don't think I wanted to highlight how that came together. But these are super cute, and if I did see these in store, I would still buy them, but I was just kind of like, it could be better. You know, you can always just do better. I really challenge myself working with these and working through them, and even though they're not perfect, they do the job perfectly. So they suit my needs just fine. So I like the athletic fabric from Fashion Fabrics Club, and I probably will buy some more prints from them coming up because I do love the selection that they have usually. So I'm going to take a peruse and get some more of those, but those were all the things that I made in January. I can't believe that it's over already, and I mean, I've already been making other things this month, but it's still just so crazy to me that I got so much done even though I was sick for a good bit of the month last year, or last month. I am not fully recovered, but I am kind of hanging in there, and I think that next month we'll have a lot more things that I'll have to share with you all as well. But let me know down below if you've made any of these patterns and which one of these was your favorite of the month. I think my favorite of the month has to be my potential Valentine's Day dress, and then my coat. My coat a little bit more than my Valentine's Day dress because I honestly wear it much more, but you know, I really love that dress. I'm really excited to be able to wear it out and to wear it and be with my husband. It's going to be such a great time. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.